Okay, students, in the previous class, we had a discussion with regard to establishment of Reserve Bank of India as well as the functions of RBI. Okay, then let us recap, let us recollect the functions of RBI which we have discussed in the last class. Then you are all aware that Reserve Bank of India is the head bank of a country. That is, all the other banks which are functioning will follow the guidelines of the Reserve Bank of India. Then RBI has established after the end of the First World War. There was a international convention at Brussels in 1929 and a committee framed by the British India, that is by name Hilton Air Commission, has recommended to form a central bank in India. Then a act has been enacted by the British India in 1934 and the Reserve Bank of India has came into existence in 1935, that is April 1st, 1935. Okay. Then there was the head office of the RBI was used to be in Kolkata. At present, after the independence, it has been changed to Mumbai. Okay. Then there are almost 31 branches of RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Okay, across the country. Okay. Then that is in every capital city there is a branch of Reserve Bank of India. Okay. Then the state of Maharashtra, it is having one extra branch, that is at Nagpur. You also need to recollect the functions of the RBI. Then the first one is, it is a bank of note issue. That is, as a head bank, as a central bank of the country, the Reserve Bank of India is authorized to issue the currency notes for circulation. That is, all the currency notes in circulation in different denominations, like 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 50, 100, 200, 500. All the notes which are there in the circulation are issued by the Reserve Bank of India. So it is authorized to issue the currency notes for circulation. Then apart from that, it is a banker to the government, agent as well as advisor to the government. Then apart from that, it is a banker's bank. That is, all the banks in the country will follow the guidelines of the RBI. So in that sense, we can say that it is a banker's bank. Then apart from that, it is a custodian of foreign exchanges. That is, all the foreign exchange, that is foreign currencies record will be held by the Reserve Bank of India. Then apart from that, it is a clearing house. That is, all the international payments and receipts, settlements will happen through the RBI. Okay. Then those are the important functions of the Reserve Bank of India. Then now let us see the organization and management of the Reserve Bank of India. That is the hierarchy level of the RBI. Then you are aware that RBI was used to be a private bank. That is, the RBI is constituted originally as a shareholders bank. Shareholders bank. It is nothing but a private bank. Then with the share capital of rupees 5 crores. At the time of establishment, the capital of RBI was used to be rupees 5 crores divided into 5 lakh fully paid up shares of rupees 100 each. That is 5 lakh shares. 5 lakh shares, each share is valuing rupees 100 each. Okay. Then with the nationalization, that is after the independence, the government of India has taken over the RBI in 1949 and the share capital was acquired by the government of India. Then now the organizational structure of the RBI as follows. Then here they say there will be a governor of RBI. Governor of RBI in the sense, that is governor of RBI in the sense, a high profile IAS officer will be appointed as a governor. Okay. Now at present, Shaktikant Das is the governor of RBI. Okay. Governor of the RBI, that is the head of the RBI. Then apart from that, there will be 3 deputy governors. Now recently one more is added. Okay. Then the deputy governors are Ravi Shankar, then Swaminathan Ji as well as MD Patra and Rao. Okay. They are the deputy governors of the RBI. Okay. Then apart from that, there will be 4 directors appointed by RBI. Other than that, there will be 10 other directors nominated by the central government. Then one more central government nominee, the officer will be there. So this is the organizational structure of the Reserve Bank of India. Okay. Then when it comes to functioning of the RBI, there are 2 departments through which the RBI will function. One is issue department. One more is banking department. Then issue department deals with all the note issue and other aspects. Then banking department look after the supervision of the commercial banks. Okay. Then apart from that, you also need to know the autonomous institutions under RBI, Reserve Bank of India. Okay. Then here one is National Institute of Banking Management. Okay. The National Institute of Banking Management. That is, a training will be given to all the banking personnel. Okay. Then one more is Indira Gandhi Institute of Development Research Center. Then apart from that, Institute for Development and Research in Banking Technology. These are the 3 autonomous institutions which are under the Reserve Bank of India. Okay. Then here we also need to know about the subsidiaries of RBI. Then here one is Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Bank. It has been constituted in 1995. It deals with the printing of currency notes. Okay. Then one more is Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation. Then National Payments Corporation of India. It has been constituted in 2008. Then you are all aware about this one, UPI payment. The UPI is the innovation made by NPCI. That is, all the payments you are making now using Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, all this has been, the UPI has been found by NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India. And then the app by name Bheem has been established. Okay. So it is one of the innovation of NPCI. Okay. Then one more is Reserve Bank Information Technology. Reserve Bank Information Technology. So here Reserve Bank of Information Technology is meant to curb the cyber crimes in a country. There is a division by name Reserve Bank Information Technology. It is meant to deal with the cyber crimes happening in the country. Then one more is Indian Financial Technology and Allied Services. Then it is established in 2015. Then it is also deal with the financial aspects, financial innovations in the country. Then one more is Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. Then it has been established in 2022 by the Governor Shaktikant Das to promote innovations in the financial sector, especially through startups. Okay. Then apart from that, there are few financial institutions which are originated through RBI. One is Exim Bank. Exim Bank is Export-Import Bank. Exim Bank means Export-Import Bank. Then it has been established in 1982. Sorry, 1992. Then Exim Bank deals with the export-imports. That is, it promotes exports as well as imports in the country. It is meant to serve the international trade aspects. One more is NABARD. NABARD stands for National Bank for Agricultural and Rural Development. So, NABARD is the only bank in the country which gives loans to farmers through RRBs, Regional Rural Banks. It is also established in 1982. Then SIDBI. SIDBI stands for Small Industries Development Bank of India. It is established in 1956. Then here, SIDBI is meant to provide capital to small scale industries, rural industries. Then one more is NHB, National Housing Bank. National Housing Bank. It is meant to serve the housing needs of the people in the country. It gives loans for housing. Okay. financial institutions originated from Reserve Bank of India. Okay. So here you need to know about the establishment of the Reserve Bank of India and functions. Then you also need to know the organization and management of the RBI. Then you also need to know the hierarchical structure of the RBI. Then departments, autonomous institutions under RBI, subsidiaries and financial institutions originated from RBI. Okay.